Practicing virtue, Stoicism centers around four cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Self-control falls under temperance, which involves moderation, and restraint. By aligning our actions with these virtues, we cultivate inner strength and self-discipline. Negative visualization. This practice involves contemplating potential challenges or losses, preparing our minds to accept them with equanimity. By imagining worst-case scenarios, we become less attached to external outcomes and better equipped to handle adversity. Mindful attention. Stoics encourage paying attention to our thoughts and emotions, which enables us to identify unhealthy desires and impulses. By being mindful, we can choose to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Applying rationality. Stoics emphasize using reason to guide our actions and decisions. When faced with temptation, we can apply rational thinking to assess whether the desired action aligns with our values and virtues. Delayed gratification. Practicing self-control often involves delaying short-term pleasures for long-term benefits. By understanding the value of delayed gratification, we can make choices that lead to greater overall well-being. Practicing asceticism. The Stoics sometimes recommended voluntary discomfort, such as fasting or enduring cold, to build resilience and reduce attachment to physical comforts. Self-reflection. Regularly reflecting on our actions and behaviors helps us identify areas where self-control might be lacking. This introspection allows us to make adjustments and grow in. Adopting a Stoic mindset. Cultivating a Stoic mindset involves recognizing that external events are indifferent and that our reactions are within our control. By training ourselves to respond calmly to situations, we can maintain inner peace despite external circumstances. Practicing gratitude. Focusing on what we have rather than what we lack helps curb desires for unnecessary indulgences. Gratitude encourages contentment and reduces the impulse to seek instant gratification. Setting intentions. Before undertaking any action, Stoics advise setting clear intentions aligned with virtue. This mindfulness helps us avoid impulsive decisions and reinforces the importance of self-discipline. Seeking role models. Learning from the lives of Stoic philosophers and other virtuous individuals can inspire and guide our own efforts towards self-control. Observing how others have exercised restraint in challenging situations can provide valuable insights. Stoic journaling. Keeping a journal to record our thoughts, actions, and reflections can aid in tracking our progress and practicing self-control. Writing about moments of temptation and how we manage them allows for self-awareness and growth. Resisting passions. Passions, such as excessive anger, fear, or desire, can cloud rational judgment. Stoics advise recognizing and resisting these passions to make clear-headed decisions based on reason. Accepting impermanence. Stoicism teaches us to accept the impermanent nature of life and to let go of attachments. By recognizing that everything is transient, we become less attached to material possessions and fleeting pleasures. Practicing humility. Recognizing our own limitations and fallibility prevents arrogance and impulsivity. Humility encourages us to be open to feedback, learn from mistakes, and approach situations with a calm and measured demeanor. In the early 20th century, there was a British explorer named Ernest Shackleton. He embarked on a daring expedition to cross Antarctica from one coast to another, a journey of around 1,800 miles. The expedition, known as the Imperial Trans-Antarctic Expedition, began in 1914. However, disaster struck when their ship, the Endurance, became trapped in pack ice, rendering it immobile. Shackleton and his crew were stranded on the ice for months, facing extreme cold, isolation, and uncertainty. As the situation worsened, Shackleton made the difficult decision to abandon the ship and lead his crew on a perilous journey across the ice and open water to reach an inhabited island. Throughout this ordeal, Shackleton demonstrated remarkable self-control. He maintained a calm and composed demeanor even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. He consistently put the welfare of his crew before his own and ensured that morale remained high, despite their dire circumstances. One instance that showcased Shackleton's self-control was during a particularly treacherous leg of the journey. With a small group of men, he navigated a lifeboat through rough seas for over 800 miles, enduring storms, frigid temperatures, and constant danger. Throughout this grueling ordeal, Shackleton's ability to remain focused, make rational decisions, and keep his emotions in check was critical to the survival of his crew. Ultimately, after more than a year of hardship, Shackleton successfully led his crew to safety, saving every single member of the expedition. His unwavering self-control, resilience, and leadership were instrumental in ensuring their survival against all odds. The story of Ernest Shackleton's Antarctic expedition is a testament to the power of self-control in the face of extreme adversity. His ability to manage his emotions, make rational decisions, and maintain a sense of purpose played a pivotal role in the successful outcome of the expedition and the preservation of his crew's lives. A few years ago, I decided to take up a challenging fitness goal, running a half marathon. While I had a background in sports and regular exercise, the distance of 13.1 miles was still a considerable challenge for me. The training required dedication, consistency, and most importantly, self-control. There were days when I felt tired, demotivated, or tempted to skip training runs, especially on busy workdays or during unfavorable weather. However, I knew that to achieve my goal, I needed to exercise self-control and stay committed to my training plan. On days when I lacked motivation, I practiced several techniques to exercise self-control. Positive self-talk, I reminded myself of the reasons I set the goal and the sense of accomplishment I would feel once I achieved it. Visualization, I visualized myself crossing the finish line of the half marathon, feeling proud and fulfilled. This mental imagery kept me focused on the bigger picture. Mindfulness, I paid attention to my thoughts and emotions, acknowledging any negative feelings or resistance. This allowed me to address them and then recommit to my goal. Setting mini goals, I broke down the training plan into smaller, manageable goals. This made the process feel less overwhelming and gave me a sense of accomplishment after each successful run. Accountability, I shared my goal with friends and family who provided support and encouragement. Knowing that others were aware of my goal motivated me to stick to my plan. Focus on progress, I tracked my progress over time, noticing improvements in my stamina and endurance. Seeing tangible progress motivated me to keep pushing forward. Through these methods, I was able to exercise self-control on a regular basis. I consistently followed my training plan, even when it required waking up early or braving unfavorable weather conditions. Eventually, the day of the half marathon arrived. The experience was incredibly rewarding, and crossing the finish line filled me with a sense of accomplishment that made all the effort worthwhile. This personal experience taught me that self-control is a powerful tool for achieving long-term goals. It involves managing immediate impulses for the sake of greater rewards down the line. It's about choosing the disciplined path even when it's challenging and finding strength within oneself to overcome obstacles.